general capacities. What happened last time?
What I've been smart is getting my notebook.
From what I thought we started off on the street level, but no, we started in the
base
depths.
Yeah, start with a fight.
Yeah, you guys are down here.
Yeah, after traversing the tunnels down here, we came across this middle bit, barely illuminated by a Caradox light spell. I think it was light. I don't think he lit a torch, right?
I think it was.
So...
I think it was a torch, actually.
It
It
doesn't
we
matter.
have
It
light.
doesn't
It
matter.
don't
I'm just gonna
matter.
tell him, right? And there's a little head on this pedestal, sort of growing around it, like these little root-like appendages coming out of its stumpy neck. And I forget. Did we? Was it that session that we heard the familiar voice of Mr. Kuro? Or yeah. I forget what he had said exactly, but it was some
along the lines of he wasn't expecting guests, but he'll be sure to set the table with you.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Double entendre. And yeah, we started fighting with these sort of shadowy figures sort of jumping out of the shadows around us, which I believe we learned after the fact were sort of illusory, right?
Yeah, these are figments of your mind.
But much like every other illusion in this place, our mind believes they are real, and so they were, more or less. They were pretty resistant to any non-magical damage we did, which was all damage we did.
Most unfortunate.
But we made do with what we had. Caradoc had his cantrips. Doug had her bombs, one of which she actually tried shoving down the face hole, not really a mouth, of the head here. And I don't think it didn't appear to harm it, right?
It didn't harm it, but it sent a psychic disturbance across the
Right.
phantasms.
Right. Yeah, because it was being used as a battery, an illusory battery for Mr. Kuro.
Yep.
I don't think there's too much that happened during the fight worth recapping. Badger did get swallowed at some point.
Yeah, he did.
By an illusory, full body version of this guy here. There it is.
Look at that, yeah. Handsome devil.
Only he was the one that perceived being Vord, whereas the rest of us just saw him sort of being suspended in midair.
Right.
I forget. Was it Duck's bomb that freed him?
Yeah.
I think it was.
The bomb
Yeah.
in the face hole.
Yeah. So that was
focus on the road.
Yeah. So that was a very good call. And yeah, we I think we had put down every or almost every shadow person before we finally killed Kuro. Who was it that got the final hit off on him? I don't recall. Oh, it was Ace.
Was Ace, as it always is. He normally is the one that gets the kill.
Yeah, our dear Ace in the hole. Yeah, went on his neck and bit down, and he's only human, so Kuro, not Ace.
Okay. You heard the
so
panic.
He bled out, and with that, I don't think
close to his master plan.
Yeah, he was gonna cast something, right? I forget what it was.
It was Feign Death.
Oh, that's right, Feign Death.
He's gonna come back.
Pretend like he was dead, and then sticks in the back with a weapon. But nope, didn't get it off. Thanks to Ace. Then we had the issue of what to do with the head. I think once we started talking about it, right? Or no, once it spoke into our minds and we responded to it, and at that, the tunnels around us closed up, sealing us in. Unless your name is Hawk, in which case, unless you're called Hawk, in which case, you could just see that the tunnels were open.
I think we didn't see anything because you're blind.
Yeah, true. Everything was normal. And upon trying the trick of guiding someone through the wall that isn't there, it didn't work. And the reason we were trying that is because Duck, I think, had spoken to it.
You acknowledge its
After
presence.
acknowledged its presence after it showed up like this, and then it started looming over her, and we agreed. Okay, the rest of us will search around. We'll try to get Duck out of here, and then we'll kill the head. Only Hawk can escort Duck through the wall. And then he went off on his own. Went up north, which, how do you tell it's north when you're in a tunnel? And found some guardsmen.
Yes, it did.
Duck spoke again to this aberrant looming over her to open the way, which it did, and then immediately sealed behind her, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. One way.
She followed Hawk upwards, scared the shit out of the guardsmen who could see the thing's presence.
Yep.
Hawk said, "Hey, make yourself scarce." Freed those naked lads and sent them to wait for us topside. Meanwhile, back in the middle bit, what was everyone else doing? Because they were doing stuff while that was happening.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
Let's
What
recap
were
that
you
if I
guys?
recall.
What are you guys up to?
I mean,
Recall you
Well, I
guys
think there
in
was-
books, right?
Yeah, I think some people were on books. I know
Just
Roma
looting
and yeah. Roma and Badger had found like this. Well, Badger more than Roma. She was just in the area being nosy. There was like this cool. The chest had some stuff in it, right?
It did. Had some money. Had some rations. It had a helmet, a rusted helmet.
Hmm.
It had a cantrip scroll, technically, because it's not a spell, but close enough.
Mhm.
And an orb.
It did have an orb, which of unknown purpose. That Badger is hanging on to. No one knows what it does. Nothing
Yeah.
bad can happen from it.
No,
Not at all.
definitely not. No.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be alright.
Yeah. Because Fred isn't here, Caradoc and Eva dug around this northern section, found some of the chronicles of Mr. Corot, and basically the log of what he was up to from prior from the Civil War, the outbreak, up until current. Which is an interesting read for a serial killer's diaries.
His memoirs.
His memoirs. And then south, I believe Jin had found a bookshelves of some fantasy, which is always a fun thing to say in a fantasy game, that you found more fantasy in it.
Yep.
I guess fiction, they're not fantasy, fiction books.
Yeah, would fantasy
Yeah.
not exist in a fantasy setting?
I mean,
So weird.
like, no, because they don't know they're in a fantasy setting or whatnot, so they would still have things to ponder and fantasize about.
Mhm.
It's just it would be different than
just be
ours
what our
because
modern
what the
world is.
fuck?
Yeah, definitely. It would just be like fucking. I don't know.
About repeating guns,
Mhm.
vehicles that drive themselves without a horse.
Yeah.
A strange
yeah.
device
Sort
you
of
keep in your
ne-
pocket that could do kind of
I
everything,
know.
but not at the same
Now
time.
we're just now it's just
Mhm.
isekai territory. Anyways,
But yeah, he did find a description of a monster that looks similar to the thing they saw outside. In the illusion
Right.
book, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
The
weird and
non-aquatic like snake thing.
big fish.
big
Big
fish.
But so you guys eventually regrouped.
Yeah. Hawk came out of the wall out of nowhere, came up behind Roma, scared her.
Yep.
Classic,
Oh, I
classic.
Love that.
Duck also came back after Ace got her, with the thing still looming over her. And then I think we agreed, okay, time to get rid of this head. No head.
Just a bit.
Which I think was just a lot of wailing, right? On
It
Mina
was
and
a lot
Kirok's
of
part.
wailing.
Mhm.
Wailing, fire, oil.
You said my oil pints, yeah.
Yep.
Pints of oil. Our progress was being tracked by the shrinking of its tendrils, its physical tendrils, as well as the shrinking of its illusory form over Duck. But eventually, it started, flaking away, disintegrating, so to speak.
Yeah.
culminating in Badger sort of walking over it as it fell off the pedestal and shooting
it.
it with this shotgun point blank.
Bang!
Hmm
Turn into hamburger helper.
Fuck you.
Normal stuff.
And just like that, we killed our first Baron.
Yep. Yeah, you guys also broke a chair over it. I'm remembering what this box is.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything, but it's therapeutic.
Immensely. It's like those destruction rooms where you just break a bunch of shit. Yeah, it's the same.
Oh,
It
yeah.
made me feel better.
Yeah. Eventually, you guys went topside though.
Regroup with the guardsmen. Gave them their kit back, though sadly 2 of their own were killed, probably eaten. So we had 2
Yeah.
kit to carry with us. I did summon my horse to give them
Ride back.
a ride back. On the way back, though, oh no! Before we started heading out, Duck started talking to Irina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duck and Roma, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You guys found out from her that she wasn't planning on going back to the Spire.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
I think
Yeah, I don't think there was much. I think we tried to convince her otherwise, but I don't think there was much we could really.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. A couple rolls were rolled. A couple of things were probably failed.
Yeah. Tried our
Yeah,
best, but
it
no
was pretty
cigar.
bad luck night all around for all of us, I think. But
Yeah, after
guys
the
had
fight,
fun.
we just kind of
No, you
got
guys
mopped.
spend your good luck. Exactly. You guys spend your good luck during the fight.
Oh, that's
Well, I
right.
think even before then, like, my luck was kind of, in the shitter, so it's not really anything new, unfortunately.
You got some nat 20s, I remember.
Did I?
You did, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, well, there we go.
It's just-
I think you did natty Kuro at some point, yeah.
Oh,
I believe
wow.
so.
But regardless, we pressed on, and thankfully Irina didn't just slip away, but she did announce that she wasn't going any farther once it was apparent that we were heading back to the Spire. So at Eva's behest, since a conversation needed to be had, Jin found us a nice sort of naturalistic spot to almost serene to have this conversation. I believe it's some kind of garden, right?
The garden
Yeah,
space.
something like that.
By a stream or something, pond maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke with Irina, and she expressed worry that since she was, growing fond of us, she didn't want to do anything that would harm us, and since she is sort of closely related to the plague as a whole, since the person that what made her is behind the plague, whose name is,
I don't think she ever told you.
whose title is, whose faction is.
Okay, there you go.
Sunflowers?
They do call themselves the Suns while they're Forsworn.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, that was random for a reason.
Right. The
In
leader
fairness,
of
it's not
the
that someone
plague.
made her. It's more of her that they
She's
made
a
the plague, and the plague made
byproduct of
her.
the plague, I see.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, here's a tool to use.
But yeah, since she's intertwined with that faction, I should say, she thinks it's very likely, and probably is, that her presence will sort of put a target on our backs, which is fine. We're protagonists. We're made for it. She also told us that
different.
the bugbear that we quote unquote killed will likely come back as well, meaning that there are still 2 bugbears and the leader that we need to deal with.
The Hobgoblin.
Right, yeah, the leader's a hobgoblin. I do remember that part. She also showed us an illusion when we inhaled a bunch of spores of what was it, like a mushroom cloud? No pun intended, of spores, sort of engulfing
Yeah.
the town
sun.
and the sun. Yeah,
Well, the Blood Star specifically.
Bloodstar. Yeah. Which
The closer sun.
that's
opposed to
fine.
the
We'll
further
stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Did she tell us when that was going to happen, or that
Nope.
it was just going to happen? Okay. Well, we gotta deal with that. We gotta stop that from happening.
Mhm.
I guess you leave.
we could. Doesn't seem like we're gonna be honest with you, Chief.
Yeah,
And then
if he's coming up of like, we could leave, and it's like, Denver as a character is the only one that wants to leave.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys
maybe not
get
only.
warned by the Briar Queen, so I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For the
Aside.
power of friendship, we did convince her to stick with us. Oh, and she also cured Hawk's plague. Thank you. Despite not being in a sanctuary, though it seemed to take a lot out of her. She expressed that it wasn't something she tried before or thought to try before, but she just wanted to do it now, and it worked. Not something we can rely upon, though, since it, again, did take a lot out of her. Then we went on to the Spire, right?
Indeed. Off to the Asteric Spire.
Mm-hmm. We got there, we were greeted by the guards, and brought to Captain... Lois.
Yep.
Who was accompanied or in conversation with a bunch of other guardsmen who were wearing different kit from the guards we were used to. At the head of them was none other than Captain Herman, who took off his helmet to reveal that he is Tywin Lannister.
Oh, this isn't the right token. This isn't the one that has the shifting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. And we introduced ourselves rather. And I think he did bring up that when he wanted to talk to me, right? And Hawk was like, "That's me." But he and I both agreed that this is probably more pressing issues than my own personal stuff. And I'm getting hazy at that point. I don't quite remember what we ended on.
Oh, the two of these guys. Nothing comes to my memory, but you guys tell me.
Honestly, that feels kind of it.
Yeah.
I think that is everything.
Yeah, we
I
sort of
think it is
expressed
as well,
a
yeah.
willingness to work with him, to help him with whatever he has planned for us.
And then they also seem willing to listen to us on what weird information we're presenting and what we kind of want to try and do about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we told him, hey, there's a lot of stuff coming. You're gonna freak out when you hear it. You're gonna think that we're telling tall tales. He's like, try me.
Yeah, that really was the energy. Yeah, he's like, there are crazy stories out there, but sometimes you got to pay attention to those crazy stories because you don't want to be caught off guard the one time it's true.
Right.
Yeah, like there's a
We also
cannibal that
found
has
out
an
that he's got-
apparent under control. What?
Womp womp.
We also found out that he's got like a negative con mod, most likely.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he's old as dirt.
He's weak in
Old
body but strong in mind.
Yeah,
he-
yeah.
And then Crash
Yeah,
also brought up,
they-
we're just like, the bugbears would love to kill this guy.
He would be the best target. He's weak. He's ahead of a faction. I'm just saying. It'd be pretty big.
He's Fiarian.
He's Fiarian? Yeah, triple base. See? Triple base.
Yep, yep.
So it's a shame that you guys killed the bugbear. It would have been a great twist to assassinate Captain Herman right in front of you.
Missed opportunities.
Don't worry. I'm sure I'll
Yeah.
find a way to kill him. Yeah, it's not like the bugbear comes back or anything. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what music to play. I think I might go for a bit of a classic. Just sort of three, but trying to which one's which. Storm. It's like after the storm. Maybe not. Heck. Alright, sweet. So, let me just change from our title card here. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot I set this up. Nice, thanks, Pass Me.
You're welcome.
Thank you, other me. So, you guys are at the captain's war room, I guess is the best way to call it. You guys have the attentions of both captains, one which you guys have fought so hard to earn an audience with. And you guys have done a good job of earning the audience. You guys didn't pull any tricks. If anything, you guys have excelled in certain aspects, if you would care to ride upon those accolades, but that's on you guys. Up to you guys, rather. The two captains have taken a bit of a recess, discussing basically the situation. Where is Central Velcaster sitting on the Renegade side? Supplies, personnel, equipment, territory holdings, strategic points of interest, etc., etc., etc. Lois is essentially just giving him a general sit rep, leaving you guys to your own devices while you wait for them to promptly finish.
Do you get a sense of how long that'll take?
They're in the middle of it when you guys entered into the room. So, by Lois's account, probably just another 10 minutes or so. Shouldn't be too long.
Mhm.
In the